How you doing? It's Joe D and his bum in the house today, man. We are back. Now, today is Saturday, March 14th, 2026. This is Share a Beer Show 833. And we've got, it's me and Bum. This is pretty much the show. I don't know if Coach is going to show up, but we know for sure we are going to be missing a pencil neck. He decided that.
Sorry, Nordic.
Yeah, so that we're sorry. We'll give a little. Yeah, we'll even let Mike Tyson will express how bad she feels.
I wish one of your guys had children so I could kick them in their fucking head or stomp on their testicles so you could feel my pain, because that's the pain I have waking up every day.
So she feels a little kicked and abused right now. No, there's no Mark in the show this week, but he is with us in do we call it spirit? Is that the correct way to go? He's still alive as far as we know. He's
still alive.
He's as a matter of fact, he's living his best life at an actual concert. He's not doing the whole white collar symphony thing, opera. I think he's actually sitting at a real concert.
Yeah, he's a Joe Bonamassa. Good for him.
So yeah, you can't he likes events like I do. We all like events, but he definitely goes to his fair share of events as well as I do. I go to more sports events, but he definitely goes to just as many musical events. So
yeah, I don't go to music like I used to, but Bonamassa is on my bucket list.
And with that in mind, we had one death. We'll drink to this past. I think it was yesterday, today, something.
Today, I believe. Actually, there was a couple. There was another one that might not mean a whole lot to anybody watching. Country Joe McDonald from Country Joe and the Fish, who were immortalized in the Woodstock film. Give me an F. Give me a U. Give me a C. Give me a. What's that spell? And he sang the "Feel Like I'm Fixin' to Die" rag. Okay. Song, anti-Vietnam War song.
Yeah, well, a big salute to those who passed away. Wish those families well.
Phil Campbell from Motorhead yesterday.
Yes, Phil Campbell from Motorhead. That's
earlier today. I think
that's the one that I had heard about. So, big salute to them, man. A round of applause.
Clarification. Phil Campbell. Did I say Phil Taylor before? Phil Campbell.
Phil Campbell.
Phil Taylor also played in Motorhead, I believe, but Phil Campbell died, and he did die yesterday.
I wanted to. Are you drinking anything right now, Bum, that we can hit real quick? I'm still drinking these Quitting Time Light.
Yeah, actually, I'm drinking something interesting. I know there's a policy on YouTube against nudity, but I think we can slip this one by, Joe. Okay. The beer is called Titty Sphinx.
Wow.
Now, just to give you a little bit of context here, this is from Dancing Gnome Brewery in Pittsburgh. And they just finished up a 2-year monthly series of Pittsburgh Bridge beers, a new beer a month with the artwork of the bridges. I may have shown them to you. They just wrapped up that series. I was hoping they would continue it because there was lots and lots of bridges they did not cover, but they started up a new series done by the same woman who did the bridge artwork. And this is a Pittsburgh Landmarks series. And they started with the Monongahela Incline, which is a funicular, which is what the beer was named after. Mm-hmm. And the Titty Sphinx, I honestly, when this beer came out, I just thought it was another Dancing Gnome beer with a strange name. I didn't realize this was the newest entry in the Pittsburgh Landmark series. This is an actual Pittsburgh landmark, which I just learned about last week.
Oh, it is.
There are I believe, 2 titty sphinxes, meaning 4 titties,
Is there really?
adorning a mausoleum in Allegheny Cemetery in Pittsburgh, and these date back to the 1800s, and that has been the nickname of these.
But they do look like that.
They look exactly like it.
Wow.
And somebody, I looked on Untapped, somebody beat me to the punch, so I'm not going to bother doing it. Yep, somebody did do a photo of them drinking the beer at the actual monument.
Okay, so I mean, it'd still be kind of cool to have the photo, wouldn't it? Like,
yeah,
it'd still be cool to have. You could have Billy D, you, and the Titty Sphinx.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
that'd be a good one for the Untapped photo. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. This is, I think, my 4th one of the Quitting Time Light. At this point, out of the 6-pack, at this point, I can easily say that I definitely like the red can, and that'll be one of the beers I have during the course of the show. I'm not super quick to get to it, but I definitely like the red can more. It has more of a more full flavor. A couple of the lights that I had, the QT beers, taste a little flat. You know what I'm saying? They had carbonation, but they had like a flat type of taste. And at $10 a 6, it just wouldn't get me to buy those again. The red can have been pretty solid. At least they've been pretty consistent in the way they taste. But the 2 light versions, I mean the light versions I have, I've had 2 that were okay flavored, and then 2 that were I don't know, they just tasted like flat, like that beer that you open and maybe you left in the fridge, put back in the fridge because you're going to finish it later, and it's always a little flatter but still drinkable, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is that. Now, I've got some ranting I want to get to really quick. Whoops. I think I just nixed myself from the damn show here. I think I did. Did I? Yeah.
You're back.
So now I'm back. So I got some ranting to do about you damn drivers out there, okay? Listen, we've talked about this, and we've talked about it. On the left side of your column, there's this thing, and you can hit it up and you can hit it down. And what that does, because no one can read your freaking mind, is, I don't know, when you're entering a highway, you can put that sucker down, which would be your left turn signal, to signal your intention that you would like to come over, right? That is extremely helpful. Or perhaps if you're going to make a right turn, or if you're going to exit said highway, you'd hit that sucker up so it would signal to the right, and you can signal your intention, because no one can read your freaking mind, so that you can go over that way, right? Also, why does everyone have this? And I'm going to throw out the everyone thing out there. I know it doesn't include everybody, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. Why is it whenever you feel the need that you do need to get over a lane because you need to get off on that exit, the next exit or something, you need to cut off the vehicle, you have to get ahead of that vehicle when there's like
nobody behind them?
Right? And you could easily just slow down and get right behind that person, right? Because the odds are you're gonna speed up, get in front of that person, slow down so that you can get off on your exit. Or You're going to speed up, get in front of that person so that you can make a right turn anyway at the next light and slow him down. Why not just get behind that person so you don't interfere with that person at all and possibly cause an accident and still continue on your journey?
I have concluded that the behavior that I see from people on the road matches their behavior in the rest of their life.
Yeah.
It explains what type of person they are. Anybody can make a mistake. I get that. I make mistakes all the time.
Right.
I could cite one I made earlier this week. I was at a traffic light in an area that I'm not in too often. And it's a very weird intersection with a bunch of weird angled roads. And it's a 4-way or maybe a 5-way. But I briefly thought that, okay, I was in the right lane and I was the first car at the red light. The green arrow came on, but it's an angled green arrow. And it hit me. I was like, am I in the right turn only lane? I'm not sure if I am. I want to go straight. And there were cars behind me. I was kind of waiting for them to start honking. And I was like, what do I do? What do I do? And I started creeping forward. Next thing I knew, I was past the crosswalk. And there's the next thing you know, there's this old guy walking across the crosswalk with a cane. And he comes to me and he looks at me and he swears at me. And I was like, sorry, brother. I didn't.
Yeah.
And he was like, ugh.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was my fault.
Yeah.
So the light finally turned solid green and I went ahead, and then somebody honked at me because I was supposed to have turned right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I kind of cut them off, and that was totally my fault.
Yeah.
But these arrogant, aggressive people are the ones that it tells me what kind of people they are.
Oh, it is. Oh, and like Nemo is saying in the chat, like, we have spring training going on right now. There's been many other. Right now, there's an F1 event downtown. It might have ended already, but they were the Red Bull, one of their F1 cars was downtown here doing a free event. And, there's just always something happening here. Multiple concerts, golf tournaments, just you name it. And then on top of all our construction that we're constantly having, and it makes matters even worse. And then on top of that, you'll have multiple accidents that will shut down a road at any given time. And so you have all these factors going on at the same time, and still people not using their turn signals or not being considerate and cutting people off and having to jump in front of somebody. It drives me crazy. There's so many times in the course of a day when I'm already stopping because traffic's stopping. I'm already stopping. I know how much distance I have. I know how heavy I am. I know. And then when someone just at the last minute, woof, jumps in there, I'm like, shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know how you need to, how much pressure you need to apply to your brakes to get it, and stop safely. And then someone cuts that down by 2/3. It gets kind of crazy sometimes, so you're just like, but did you have any more rants or anything you wanted to get out?
Just one final thing. People, when the power goes out, which it did for me yesterday, and actually up until 1:30 this afternoon, I did not think I was going to make the show tonight, or I thought it was a possibility because my power stayed out for almost 20 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, it was out from 6 last night till 1:30 this afternoon.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. very high winds around here. But people, when the power goes out and you're at a traffic light, you are not supposed to blow through the light like it does not exist. You are supposed to treat it like a stop sign.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all.
Yeah, just yeah. And what makes it worse is they're extending the amount of time for renewals, and depending on your state, of course, but ours is like that. Hell, I think you can go 10 years on a regular license. I have no idea what it is on a regular license. I just know that it's a long time here in Arizona. And then they don't require you to take a test of any sort. You wish it would at least be a written test for said renewal, right? They don't make you do that at all. So people have no idea what the rules are anymore. They just don't. So with that, we'll move forward. And as I put in the description, we are a Zool heavy show. I've got 4 Zool beers in front of me right now. I am very proud of myself for getting 2 of these that are highly desirable. I'll start with the first one here. I'll pull it up on Untapped for you. You can get a look at it, and we can let me share the screen here on this one, and share the Untapped. And so, Paper Crowns. We've got 15,000 total, 418 in the last 30 days, 4.06 bottle cap rating, 6.8% ABV, no IBUs rated. Hazy IPA with Citra and Citra, what is that? Cryo hops. So we'll take a quick, oh, here's a good photo of the beer. Here's a good photo of the beer and the label so that you can see this particular one that I'm going to consume. So yeah, pretty excited to find Zool. Here is my can right here. We're gonna crack this open into well, I think I'll just use one of my this new Belgium glass right here. We'll crack it open and see what we get.
And shout out to Jay Vega,
Yeah.
without whom that beer that you're drinking would have never been purchased.
No. Yeah, if it wasn't for Vega putting it out there like crazy, and us, what he must have had, I don't know, 3 or 4.
He's had 4.
Yeah, so that inspired us to take that deep dive a couple of weeks ago, and here we are. Because I don't have this beer without Vega. So Vega can take full credit. Absolutely, he can. He can take full credit for this because this is all his creation. This is. I have to take this beer selfie real quick so I can log that I have partaken of this beer. Here we go. My first dive into. Oh my God. Oh, the fruit coming off of this. Let me see if there's any more description. I have to go to the glasses on this because I am of that age. We have to go to the glasses, man. No description whatsoever on the can. Just the government warning that's required. Brewed by Zool Beer, Knoxville, Tennessee is about all there is on here. So not a lot of descriptors, but let me just tell you what I get on the nose. God, it's so floral. Man, so fruity. I feel like I'm getting mango. I feel like I'm getting like a peach, like a mango. My God. Oh. Woo, that is so good, man. That goes down so freaking smooth. Mm.
And Vega, don't get tempted. Don't buy it as much as Joe likes it. Don't you as you said at one point, don't ruin your
You're right.
impression of Zool based on a style you don't care for. Don't
Yeah.
stick with the styles you like.
Yeah, stick with the styles you like, and then in your journey somewhere, once you feel like you're okay, I'm willing to take a step out here and there because none of these are cheap. I think I paid um 25 $26 a 4 pack, you know, for somebody what would have been the 4 pack equivalent. Um this particular one I bought as a single, the next one I bought as a single. This next one is also this next one is a triple IPA, by the way. So this next one's man, that was good. This next one is a triple IPA. Let me type this one in, and it's called the Saw. The Saw is what is that? Family. Yeah, the Saw is family. 682 in the last 30 days. Oh, I'm sorry, total 48 in the last 30 days. Now, I found what I have found is quite a few of the beers that I can get in my area are collabs. So, and this one's no different. So, Saw as a Family is a collaboration with Beer Zombies Brewing Company, classified as a triple IPA, hazy IPA, 9.5% ABV, no IBUs rated, and a 4.2 bottle cap rating. Hazy triple IPA brewed in collaboration with our good friend Chris at Beer Zombies that was bombed out with Citra, Mosaic, and Galaxy. Rad AF. Oh man, does this not look at this thing? Look at this thing. Oh my God. You gotta love that artwork too. The artwork is so cool. Um, so yeah, looking forward to having this one as well. We'll be cracking this one open in just a second. But you gotta admire that artwork. I love all the way from the beginning of the label to the look at that. This freaking label is cool, man. I do have my green screen on, so anything green is gonna show up a little funky, but super cool. Very cool. So let's crack this one open. I'll plop this one into oh, that's the dog. I'll pop this one into my Duval glass here. And we'll crack this one open on screen here. A little scared. I'm a little leery because of that. that okay, that one didn't pop off too bad. No smoke so far, but the beers have been phenomenal. So who's going to complain about that? You know what I'm saying? Um, my God, I'm going all in on this one here. It's getting a little close. But look at that sucker, man. Look at that thing. My God. Okay, let me get a quick beer photo. Make sure I get that photo in. I like to get that so that I can log that later. There we go. Let me get a nose on it. Oh, okay. So same fruitiness. Oh man, yeah, still getting that like mango citrusy thing. Man, yeah.
Zach in the chat. What's up, Zach?
Oh yeah, what's up? Let me get a link in here. If there's anybody I would love to hear from about this, it would be our dear friend Zach.
For sure.
Yes, definitely would love to hear what he thinks about Zool. This is man, I tell you, salute. Here we go.
Although I will say, if Zach can get Zool and I can, I'll be aggravated.
He just might though. Zach can, you know. You know what? This has more of that. Okay, awesome.
All right. Hey.
Back, my guy.
What's
Yeah.
going on? How are you?
Yeah, let me go. Round of applause going for you here, my friend. We haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, how are you?
Oh, man. Good to see you.
You too. How's everybody doing?
I am having some Zool beer out of, what is this, Knoxville, Tennessee? Phenomenal stuff.
Bum's got one of my favorite lined up. Some Mickeys.
Oh,
1980s Mickeys.
yeah. Nice.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, good to see you, man. What's been happening in the land of chain reaction?
not much, man. We just grinding away, try our best, and just navigate the wacky world that we live in. So, just trying to. I guess we're doing a lot of events lately, so that's been cool.
So how is everything affecting brewing? I mean, how is it affecting business? I mean, just in the last week or two, man, gas prices have been going up, which is making everything go up.
Yeah, yeah. Everything's went up. Everything's got hard again. Seems like we're in that like, hey, let's see how to make America the game harder than it was the last version. So we're
Yeah,
just kind of doing that and navigating the wall. And
how bad have the tariffs affected business, man? How is it effective getting hops and getting stuff done, getting ingredients?
on our scale, I wouldn't say it's like horrible,
Okay.
just because we've really shifted to a tap room only model, so we don't
Okay.
do a lot of the packaging, and we're still, we're so small. We're the neighborhood brewery,
Yeah.
the neighborhood. Joe, you've been there. Like, um, any bigger than us, it's definitely putting a squeeze on people.
Hmm.
The aluminum tariffs suck. There's separate ones for the can, and then the lid is a totally different thing.
Oh,
Like that's another fee. So those are separate.
oh,
People don't realize
yeah.
that.
I didn't
So
go into that a little bit. I forgot all about that. There's literal differences between that.
yeah. So I mean, so trucking, you've
Yeah,
seen them. They ship cans
they do.
separately. Like cans are its own thing, and then lids are their own thing as
God,
well.
I forgot all
Um,
about that.
but they're charged differently, so they're put in different categories.
Okay,
So
so
there's
so
different
a lot of us don't
things.
realize that, like, we know by now that this is a generic.
Can is two
Yeah, we
pieces.
know
Yes,
this is a generic can, and this paper label or the
three
label
pieces.
is a separate thing. But what we forget, what we don't realize, I forgot though. You're reminding me. This lid comes separately. This
Yeah.
can will already be assembled. It'll already be the way it is, and it ships like that
Yes.
on a pallet. Um, Sometimes on wood and sometimes not, but it ships saran wrapped, if you will. Um,
Yeah.
and
Very light
yes,
pallets.
very light. You can actually pick them up and move them around. They're not very heavy.
Yeah,
Um,
they're so
a
light.
whole load of empty cans like that, 6,000 pounds, maybe. I mean, it's super
Yeah, if
light.
that. Yeah, it's so light.
God, you just reminded me about this. And so the lids themselves are literally just dumped into, what are they, 250-gallon ish type drum, like deals? Like they're not.
Yeah, there's different ways. I mean, on our scale, we get them in like these big
Yeah.
sleeves.
Okay.
As far as you get them in it's this big old sleeve that would do probably a pallet worth of cans or something, you know. But that sleeve is that's totally different than the can. So that has a different fee right now.
Yeah, God Almighty, that yeah. And you know what's interesting too is because I've been keeping up with automotive products, and certain
Yeah.
parts have to cross a border a couple of times, and each
Yeah,
they're
and
being
they're
tariffed.
yeah, and not every can top is the same. So like depending on what kind of canning machine you have, there's different there's different tops. Even within the 12s, you know, there's different sizes, of course. Your 12s, your 16s, your 19.2s, your
Yeah,
24s, your 22s, your 32s. We've got all these different can sizes
yeah,
now. But even within those, there's different um, I guess you could say almost like a tooling
yeah,
piece of which top. So sometimes there may be a top from China or somewhere in Asia. Well, that top might fit different than a top from Mexico. So, like, and when you're trying to seal a can, you're trying to make these things very, I mean, they have to be perfectly
yeah.
airtight,
Oh yeah.
right? So if it's not the perfect match, guess what happens to the can? It does.
I think
So
I've purchased a few over the years where the lid was not compatible with the can.
yeah, or you know the rollers go out, or there's so many things, and I am very happy we don't can, but we have done some small runs and all that. But those guys that go through that are canning and doing stuff like that, it's a mess for them.
Yeah,
So
and I would imagine once you start hitting that just that little bit more than yourself as far as now you're starting to depend. Like if you wanted to go to the next level, now you're starting to talk about getting into that. And that
yeah,
that part of the business depends on packaging.
yeah, and it does, and there's no it's fun to have fun with
Mhm.
cans, but really, let's think about like, okay, a 7 barrel of cans. So that's kegs worth of cans. How much is that in reality? You know, it's not. Uh, let's just rough math. Let's say 600 gallons or something.
Mhm.
That's it's not that much when it comes to the grand scheme of things. And then you look at these breweries that are okay, they got 20 barrels and 30s and they're kicking cans out. All of a sudden, you know, a couple of thousand cans maybe isn't that much if we're looking at a cent or 2 cents a can tariff price on that, right?
Mhm.
Well, if you times that by a couple 100,000 cans,
Yeah.
you've seen Office Space, right? Like stealing a fraction of a penny at a time quickly adds up.
Mhm. This is wild. So
Now,
yeah, go
go
ahead.
ahead, Joe. I was just going to say, Zach, you're saying that you are sticking with tap room only and
Yeah.
not canning. It's funny. Around me in Pittsburgh, there has been
Pittsburgh. I might be in Pittsburgh next month, dude.
really.
Oh,
Yeah, I might have to come there for some work.
Let me know. You
Yeah,
still have my email address? I have
probably
yours.
not, but yeah, I'll let you know. Joe, get me
Uh,
the contact.
oh yeah. If well, Bum still has your email, so just keep.
Yeah,
do
yeah,
you
I'll
still
find
have the same email address you had 5 years ago?
it's yeah.
Okay. Okay, I
It's
got it.
Pittsburgh. It's a city. It's got bridges. I'll find you.
Okay. But yeah, certainly let me know. Is it going to be a weekend?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let me know for sure. We will hook up if
If
our
somehow
Absolutely.
you could get some crowlers to my guy in Pittsburgh so that he can enjoy some chain reaction.
It's rare that I travel without crawlers.
Yeah, it would be so cool if Bum could finally have some of Zach's
Yeah,
beer.
I could probably figure that out.
Yeah, that would
I'll hide them throughout Pittsburgh. I'll never see them. It's just a scavenger hunt.
yeah. Give me clues.
It's
he
way
likes
more fun.
he
Give me
likes doing
clues.
that. He's done that before, so yeah, he can handle that.
But yeah, certainly yeah, we'll be in touch about that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I was gonna say there's at least one brewery around here, Full Pint, who's not known for having the best beers. I will just say that.
Mhm.
They have decided to go the opposite route, and they have closed their tap room, and they are going with just distribution.
Oh,
I think there's a few of them around. You got to lean one side or the other.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
You got to figure out what's best for you, right? What you can handle, what's best for you.
Well, and how much you can do. You know, it's pennies on a dollar to go to a can, but if you can handle the volume, you know, sometimes you don't have that overhead, or you can get somebody else to brew it or whatever.
Mhm. Yeah, in certain cases, and there's enough contract brewing out there if you can make that work.
There certainly is.
You know, it's all a numbers game these days, isn't it, Zach? Like,
Everything is, yeah.
you know, it is so.
It's a numbers game, and then it's like, you know, it's not just making beer. It's not just having a tap room anymore. Like you got to be entertaining.
Yeah.
You got to be a place people want to go. So we're always doing different events now. We have one big event a month, and then multiple small ones throughout the month.
Which keeps you going, which keeps your mind being creative in that sort of thing. But for
Like that.
other people in their business model, they might just not want to deal with all that, like you say.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
just
it's a lot, you know. We're filming reels and trying to figure out how to navigate like the new world of whatever social media.
do you actually I know you have had, well, do you actually have a social media person now? Is that
It's all of us.
okay?
We're still a small crew. There's only six of us, so we all kind of get our heads together. We've got a new taproom manager who's really doing great with keeping us motivated, and uh, we get together like once a month and do weird filming things. Like we've posted a couple this last month that are totally off the wall, but our
Yeah.
Instagram keeps us busy.
Yeah, I do see that. I'm not on Instagram as much as I used to be, but I
You're
do.
missing out on all my posts, Joe.
and
No,
I'm not on Instagram. I apologize, Zach. I'm not on Instagram at all.
Joe and Bum, your one likes would have really changed my life.
Right. Yeah, instead of 62, it would have been 63
Oh.
likes. And I
That
mean,
would have
yeah.
been the difference between viral and not. I wish.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So I am enjoying now. I don't know if you have QuickTime, if you have QT up there, but QT finally came out with their own beer. It's a gas station, of course.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so gas station beer, man. Not bad.
Oh,
You know, nothing to write home about. You're not going to write mama. But gas station beer, I was sampling that. So there's been a lot of buzz lately about Zool Brewing, XUL out of Knoxville, Tennessee. one of the malt liquor guys, has been.
Yes, I was going to say, tell Zach how we got hip to Zoll Brewing.
Yes, so
Shit.
he's been finally Zach, after I don't know, Bum, how many is it? 15, 16, 17 years of doing this show. He has converted slowly over to the dark side. And
Zach, this is one J Vega 419.
yeah.
Everybody can correct their mistakes in life.
Right.
He's still drinking malt liquor.
I
Don't get me
don't
wrong.
mind. Hey, I'm still drinking a Mickey's every once in a while.
Yeah. So it is possible to everybody to expand their horizons.
Yeah. So with said expansion of horizons, he has been sampling different craft beers in his area, and he came across this one particular brewery. And now that he's, I don't know, 3-4 beers into different beers from this brewery, he was like, man, these are really good. These are really good. So we took a deep dive on Untapped a few weeks ago, and I was like, huh.
Always a quality source of information.
So yeah, so we looked at
sarcasm.
You didn't tell him the best part, Joe. Tell him what style Vega has discovered.
Oh, he has discovered sours.
Mm-hmm.
He has discovered that he likes sours. Now, sours are an interesting style, aren't they? I feel like, and you tell me in your expert opinion, I feel like sours have kind of turned into this super juicy, sweet, kind of quite the opposite, fruity style that they started out not being. They used to be this like really tart sour cherry style. It was always cherries for some reason, in my opinion. And now, at least we're talking 15 years ago, and now sours are, God almighty, they're anything but tart. And
yeah. Well, there's the different ones. I mean, it's hard to find, some of the more lactose stuff that's that like real pucker your ass. Like you're not seeing those like you used to. Like a real deep. One of my favorite ones, man. What was it? Fort Collins Brewery used to do, and they're not around anymore. Beer called Sauerkraut. And that was just like it was like sour as sour could be. And I always liked that like super puckery sour. Yeah. And then I think the beer world kind of got away from that, and people went into the Brettanomyces stuff. Like when we got into Brett beers, that's when that fruitiness came in. Because it was that bridge of, kind of like a Belgian, but kind of not. And then you could add some fruit to it. And it had a little bit of funk, but. So I think the Brett beers were that big, like, middle ground there. And now we're seeing, I think, at least I do, a lot more kettle sours as far as like a Berliner Weiss and stuff like that. And those are, I think, a little simpler to make, a little less scary to make in the brew house as far as what bacteria you're introducing. There's a yeast out there that a lot of people are using now called it's the Philly sour yeast.
Oh, really? That's a crazy name.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really pretty simple to use. But yeah, sours have just turned into this different world, and it's gone from that was the kind of nerdy beer for a long time to it's almost your like Blue Moon wheat beer introduction beer in some cases.
Yeah, no, really, yes. And a style that has kind of disappeared are the salt beers, right? The
Goses.
Yeah.
Goza,
I
yeah.
feel like Gosas kind of came and went.
Goose, Goza. Yeah, that style didn't last. Which I loved them. I love that salty flavor.
Yeah, I would, so in any case, one hop that's been getting a lot of attention lately is the anchovy hop, which is intriguing
Add on
just because of the
anchovy.
name, but it's anything but what you would think. It's actually a fruity style of hop. It just happens to
I have
have
to look. I have to look this one up. I have not heard of it.
really okay. There's a few variants of
Huh.
anchovy. We took a deep dive into anchovy. What is it now, Bum? A couple months ago, maybe. Um,
Maybe a month ago. Boy, they should have brewed the Gosas with anchovy hops.
Huh.
yeah, yeah. Anchovy hop seems to be the latest in attracting people to a particular beer just because it's got the name anchovy in it, right?
That's great.
Isn't it? Isn't it a good, like, you're like, hey, this is anchovy, and you're like, huh?
Just just what I needed. Another like themed hype.
Yeah. But it once it's in your head, you can't get it out,
You know
right?
what I'd love to see? The return of Cascade. The
Oh,
return of Centennial. Like,
okay.
could we just take like I feel like we all need a break. Could we just take like a COVID level break for 2 fucking weeks
Yeah.
and just let's chill out and let's drink some classic beers?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's starting to sound like the malt liquor community.
I don't know, man. There's fewer and fewer malt liquor classified beers these days. Malt liquor has almost been wiped out.
They found out that malt liquor was really everything they were drinking.
So, Bum, I'm gonna crack open this next beer. Zach, I'm sorry. I'm gonna crack
I'm
open this
excited.
next one from Zool. This is one of their hot releases right now.
Ooh,
At least in my area, it's the PB&J mixtape grape.
That is the one that Vega has had.
Yeah, this is the one he has had, and apparently here in Phoenix, when it hits the stores, it is gone. It is gone in no time. I happened to get my hands on a 4-pack of it, and so I'm gonna crack this open before it sits here at room temperature too much longer. So let me type this into the Untapped real quick. Yeah, here we go. PB&J mixtape. My one disappointment is that it doesn't say grape on it. They have two versions. One's a grape and one's a strawberry. But it doesn't quite say grape. 24,000 ratings altogether, 1,000 in the
that's
last 30 days.
insane.
Classified as a sour. You know what, Zach? Okay, so 6.5% ABV, no IBUs rated. Every freaking beer they make is a 4 bottle cap or above beer. It is bananas.
It's
Correction,
untapped.
Joe. Vega has not had that one. That's the one he's looking for.
It's
Oh.
untapped. That could mean anything.
Okay. So, but I have heard nothing but good stuff about it. We'll look at a photo of this one because in case
Great.
I mean it looks phenomenal, right?
If it sucks, do you make barbecue sauce out of it?
Yeah, why not? I mean, right? Let me see if we can get to one. Smells like peanut butter, tastes like grape jelly with a hint of peanut butter, and has a smooth finish. So, with that in mind, I will crack this can open and I will get to it. Let's see here. So, I'll switch this view here real quick. Here we go. Crack it open. That one did squirt all over the damn place. So, Nemo in the chat will recognize this place. This is from Sleeping Whale. I will pour this in. Wow, look at the color.
That is purple.
Look at
Joe, give us the best, like, you're the best at pronouncing words like purple.
look at the freaking color on that thing. That looks like pomegranate juice, doesn't it?
Woo.
Look at that thing. That is phenomenal. Okay, let me get this beer out of the way so that I can get a photo. I need to take a photo of this, get a beer selfie first.
I'm excited for you.
Let me see. Yeah, this is wow. Yeah, I'm pretty excited because I actually was lucky enough to get my hands on this beer because apparently it is hard to get. Oh my God. Wow. It is weird to see a beer that looks like that and smells like peanut butter. Okay. You don't associate. I love when breweries do this. When I went to visit Mark and Pam that one time, or the boss, I'm sorry, Mark and the boss that one time in Atlanta, and they took me to the spot, and I ended up having a beer that looked like this, but tasted like coffee. It was insane. I love when they blow your mind like that. Like, just this does not give peanut butter vibe. And yet on the nose, peanut butter and grape. I swear. Wow. Oh, I love when they do that. You get peanut butter in the front when you're first putting your nose to it, and then it, wow. I better get the same thing on the palate. I'm telling you right now. Here we go. Oh, okay, man. You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Buy this freaking thing. Buy a freaking 4-pack of it. For me, it was $26.
Motherfucker.
This is 26 a 4. Yeah. So
They're not cheap.
they're not cheap. So thin bodied beer. This is a thin bodied beer. Look how that moves around. And it drinks effing dangerously. But you're only talking a 6.5% beer, right? This is not even a Colorado. This is like in Colorado, this is the equivalent to an Oklahoma 3-2 beer, right? This on the Colorado scale, this is for Oklahoma, a 3-2 beer is like not even alcohol, right? So this is for Colorado, this is like a 3-2, right? It's a 6.5, but it's a 3-2.
Yep.
Right? So, oh, but you know what? Zach will appreciate this as well.
I'm Googling it as we speak.
What is great is when a brewery makes a beer with this much complexity, with this kind of flavor, and it doesn't have to be freaking 2000 ABV. When it can be a 6.5 ABV, so that you can actually enjoy a 4-pack of it if you want, and it's so lightly bodied, you can. You just saw what I did. I'll crush this can, I promise you. The roommate's going to have to get her own. This one ain't going to make it, I'm telling you right now. You know what's phenomenal is we've got this other one. This is the Saw. The Saw is family. This is the triple IPA. You're not crushing this like you were that. No, this is a higher ABV beer, but it's super complex. God, this is not too sweet either.
Fucking beer.
Mm.
To one. Okay.
This is, God damn, man, this is good. You know what? You know what? Salute to Vega, my guy. Right? My guy. Salute to Vega, man. This, I tell you what, if it's not for Vega, I am not drinking Zool. Zega. Wow. 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 Okay. Vega. Wow. Well, wow, right? That just happened. So Vega, can take wow.
Joe, those are all upper letters of the alphabet. Anybody is bound to confuse them.
Yes.
V's, Z's.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me off the hook on that one.
Joe, it says the closest liquor store to me that has them is yours.
Is it really?
Your Total Wine, yeah. I don't think this is in my future.
Yeah, Zach, out of everybody who's still on the show every week, I'm the only one who does not have access to the beer. However, the brewery itself is about 6.5 hours from me.
I was going to say, you're the closest one to Knoxville. Like,
Yeah.
how the hell are they getting it to Phoenix of all places?
As I mentioned on the show last week, I have been to a brewery that begins with every letter of the alphabet except the letter X. So
6.5 hours is not.
I'll tell you what. I don't save your freaking money, man. Save your money. If it's 25, if it's 26, if it's under 30 bucks, if it's 30 bucks, I don't give a damn. Buy it. They would only sell it to me in a 4-pack. Some of these other beers I was able to buy single. At the particular place that I bought it, she would only sell it to me 4-pack. Okay. I was like, obviously I was okay with it. I'll tell you what, man, that is worth it. That is worth the hype.
Oh, that's so good to hear.
That is worth. You know what, Zach, as a fellow brewer, you've got to feel good about hearing that live reaction to a particular beer.
It's always so cool.
Yeah, it. I tell you what, man. I've been around some beers. Zach's. I've had some of Zach's beers and forget about it. Don't even get me started on Zach stuff. Zach stuff is next level stuff.
That's because we get you good and drunk before you try them.
Well, that's the key, my friend. Right? That's the key.
Happiness leads to success.
Yeah, right. The key to having good beers is having a few shots of tequila ahead of time. Right?
It sure is.
Now, the key to Zach was he was like, you know what? Let's go on a beer tour and then we'll end up at my place.
Yeah.
By the time you get to my spot, everything's freaking phenomenal.
Everything's good. People are great. Atmosphere is great. You're alive.
Right, you're alive. No,
driving down this alley, you're not in the trash bag.
Yeah, dude, I've had now I'm very fortunate and God bless Zach and his family. I have had many good times at this point.
Yeah.
With Zach and his family. It's phenomenal. I tell you what, my friends, anybody watching, man, you've got to get this. That is ridiculous, man.
How's it drinking as it warms up?
Well, at this point, what are we into the show? What are we into?
It's already warm.
Yeah. It's basically, we started the show an hour and 17 minutes ago at this point. Well, not quite. An hour ago.
An hour ago, yeah.
So it's been out here an hour. So it's, it's cool to the cheek, but not, so I would say it's in the higher 50s, lower 60s at this point. Took it out of the fridge right before we started. So I would say it's,
that's kind of my sweet spot for beer anymore.
You know what?
I really, unless maybe this is off topic, but unless we're talking that light lager, that Mexi lager or something,
yeah.
Let my IPA warm up a little bit.
Well, and we talked about temperatures a few weeks ago as well. We've talked about it many times over the years, but I've kind of done that cheek test like I did just now. Like if it's still cool on your cheek, then I kind of have an idea what that temperature is. It's probably in the 50s somewhere, low 60s. For me, that's okay. A lager, A lager in general needs to be a little cooler.
Yeah,
Just in general. But I'm okay, Zach, pulling a beer off the shelf.
yeah.
I'm okay with that. I can pull a beer right off the shelf out of the pantry and crack it open and enjoy it. You
Yeah, I
know,
don't want anything above probably 60 degrees, really, but
mhm. Chilled, just chilled. I'll call it.
like,
Well, the
yeah,
same way,
European room temperature.
yes, the same way. That's exactly where I was going. The same way that I enjoyed beer when I was in Germany was chilled. Not we never got them frosted. They were never frosty. They were
I,
never that cold.
I hope frosted mugs die in hell.
but
Fucking hate it.
but chilled. This is. I tell you what, man. Um, if I wasn't on this show right now, I would crush the rest of these. I'm telling you right now, that is phenomenal stuff, man. God.
What's stopping you, Joe?
Well, I wanna not sound like Coach at this point. I've got Coach in my mind.
Joe, you're so far so good. The lisp has not kicked in yet.
Yeah, I don't have now. Now, one thing you need to know about Coach Zach that has happened over the years is when he's nowadays, right? None of us is getting any younger. Nowadays, he develops a very distinct lisp,
Oh,
so we can tell when he's
Step one is the lisp. Step two is denial of the lisp.
oh shit.
he
He
will,
came in,
God damn it, I'm not lisping.
he will always bum tell him. I don't give a damn. He will always deny he has a lisp.
Why do you keep saying I have a lisp? I don't have a goddamn lisp. For Christ's sake.
that's great.
He
Great
will always-
impression. And I haven't even seen the real thing, but
Oh,
I'm going to tell everybody that's what Coach sounds like.
yeah. No.
He came and saw me
Oh, how did that go, by the way? Yeah.
a couple of months ago. Can't remember. It was probably, I don't even know when that was. Time flies.
Yeah, he
But yeah,
was
he-
nervous about calling. He was like, "Am I going to be bugging him? Should I?" We were like,
Nobody ever bugs me.
"Get a
either
hold of
show
that.
up
He'd
or
love to
don't.
see you."
I'm pretty good at like if you call and if you give me like 90 minutes, I'm usually like, okay, I'll be there. Like I did that today of like I had some things going on and it was just like, okay, no, I gotta be there. Like, okay, I'll see you. We'll see you in like an hour.
Mhm.
I love seeing people and talking to people. I keep forgetting. This was back in September, and I think I had jumped onto a show maybe in October, August or something,
Perhaps.
into July. So I was at the airport here in Denver, getting ready to fly somewhere. We're talking 5 o'clock in the morning. Airport, weird time, nobody's there. Everybody's a zombie. And one of the dudes that works at the airport here in Denver, he goes, Zach, how are you? I was like, good.
Right? Who the fuck are you?
And he's probably watching this show now. And he goes, I've seen you on Share a Beer. I love Joe. Like,
Wow.
do you keep up with Joe and Bob and all these guys? And I was like, yeah, I see them, when I can, and everybody's good. And we talked about the show a little bit, and it's like, oh yeah, that's kind of how I got into beer and this, that. And
Yeah.
if you're watching, I'm sorry I don't remember your name, but it was really cool to meet you at the airport.
Yeah.
But yeah, he recognized me from this show at 5 o'clock in the morning at the Denver airport at his workplace.
It's awesome when that happens, isn't
And
it?
he was all about talking beer, and I was like,
Yeah.
man, like I need a beer.
You know what, Zach, you're in a beautiful place, though, my guy, because what what people don't know about when you fly into this has happened to me almost every time. Now, I have gone into Colorado for things non-beer related,
Yeah,
and I have jumped on the train from the airport to head to downtown,
yeah,
and you're just going to hear a beer conversation. It's just Denver. That's just the culture. It's the culture of Denver is
yeah,
beer. There is a beer culture unlike any other. You will hear a beer conversation, just people talking randomly about beer.
yeah. I think it's a very unique situation. You get that in San Diego a little bit. Um, you know, I was in Anaheim last year, and I thought the Anaheim beer scene was really cool.
Mm.
Um, you go to certain cities, and it's got you can tell when the beer theme has a buzz. But if you go to like San Francisco, there's no buzz about craft beer.
No, but they have a
It,
lot. They have a lot.
they've got a good amount of beer in
Yeah,
San
let's
Fran,
be real.
but
But
it's like, oh, where are we gonna go get some dumplings?
yeah,
Oh, where's the best dive bar?
yeah.
All that.
San Francisco has a ton of different things happening.
Yeah,
You're more inclined to hear a tech conversation
yeah.
in San Francisco area than
Yeah.
you are a beer conversation.
And I think Phoenix is interesting like that. It's like Phoenix has some really good beer. Like I love Phoenix as a beer town, but there's not like the buzz as much around it. It seems
No.
like you kind of got to be into it to want to do it. But then there's this buzz of if you ask somebody from Phoenix where are we going,
Yeah.
there's everybody's got a really cool spot, and
Yes.
that spot has cool beer on, but it's a whole entertainment atmosphere.
Yeah.
Well, I love Phoenix, and I'm excited to check out Pittsburgh because I've heard like the dive bar scene in Pittsburgh. I've heard is my kind of thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't recommend any dive bars at the
Don't worry,
moment.
I'll find them. Some people in this world have superpowers.
You know
Yeah,
what?
okay, if that's yours, you'll find them then.
My superpower in this world is I find the shittiest place that makes you scared to eat a cheeseburger, but it's the best cheeseburger within an hour of an airport.
You know what, Zach? What I have found is someone that has been in a particular area as long as Bum has, right? Sometimes are the wrong ones to ask about what is the spot anymore, right? Because they're so used to their spots, right?
Yeah.
And we all, I'm going to put us all in that.
I relate to that for sure.
Yeah, we get locked into like, and I'll be the first to tell you about Phoenix. Like listen to other people when it comes to Phoenix. Don't listen to me because I am completely locked into my area.
Oh, I could go find Joe in Phoenix right now.
Yeah. I'm locked into my area. I don't, you know what I'm saying? So if you heard of a trendy spot, check it out for your damn self because I'm the wrong one probably to even ask. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I am promising you that Pittsburgh is a fantastic spot to just check out.
Isn't Mark's brother from up there too?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark is from Pittsburgh, and his brother is still, and Mark's dad is still up here.
Yeah,
Mark's brother and his family are still.
Oh, what is Mark's brother's name? I can't remember.
Paul,
yeah, because Paul came to town. Joe and you and Mark and Tom and everybody came and did the beer fest.
Yeah. Oh, phenomenal.
And Joe had that amazing run in with a light pole.
Oh,
Right. I've never heard a piece of steel ping like a cartoon.
I was going to say not since a Three
yeah,
Stooges Curly film.
I've never heard a piece of steel like
yeah,
in the cartoons. They go "Hmm," like like a gong.
yeah.
I've never seen that in real life until that day.
I nailed that damn thing.
But you were all right. I was worried about the pole.
Yeah, hey, the pole. Who can tell? The pole might have
We'll
suffered.
go look next week. Make sure it's all right.
The pole might have really suffered some loss, man. I don't know.
That was amazing.
That
Downtown has changed so much since then.
has it really?
Yeah, it's not fun. You know, Falling Rock's gone. Fresh Craft is gone. There's so many of the OG Denver staples that are just they're kind of gone. I don't know if you guys have reviewed this whole GABF change.
We haven't. No.
No.
Yeah, I'll let you guys look into that before that shit show, but it's going to be interesting. It's outdoors.
Oh, it's outdoors. So you're talking an upcoming change for this year.
Yeah, this year they moved it outdoors. Actually, about it's less than a mile south of Chain.
Oh, is it really?
So
Okay.
you've been to the brewery now, so it's about a mile directly south in a park at a outdoor music venue called Levitt Pavilion. Really cool venue. A lot of mixed reviews. What's going to happen? We're excited. I'm excited they're trying something different, but it is a very big change.
Wow. So what has gone on with GABF to make it an indoor venue to an outdoor venue where you're risking that time of year weather?
Yeah, it'll still be early October.
Weather's a huge risk.
And I don't know.
You're not Phoenix, man. You're not Phoenix. I don't know what Denver thinks is doing, but you're not Phoenix, man.
No, that's a big worry, but they say, if you look at the weather forecast, they have a pretty high percentage of not having moisture, or it could be a blizzard. We don't know.
Right?
Could be 80, could be not.
Yeah.
But I'm not super familiar, so I don't want to say too much about like who can get into pour, but it's a much smaller platform.
Wow. It's got to be. If we're talking about an outdoor venue now.
Yeah, kind of like a concert venue. Yeah. So that's gonna be very interesting. And it's only two days, 2 sessions. I think there's a Saturday and a Sunday now, and that's it.
And so one session a day?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it sounds like they're not aiming for the premier session for the premier American beer fest. For how can you be the premier when you're not the premier, right? There's nothing about you that is
it's a big change. We are going to see how it does. I love that it's a mile from my place. Like,
well, sure,
that could be really great.
For you, yeah.
We're going to work on some cool events and some transportation and all that. But it's a totally different fest.
Now, in your
my hope as just a beer lover, not even a brewery owner, like my hope is this is a start to regional competitions that lead to one extremely well done national
Hmm.
because there is so much beer. I've said it for years. I hope that we could maybe break the country into like 6 or 7 pieces or regions with this, and those all have their own competition. And then for the big national, you get that top 10 to 20% from each of those, and you make it the best of the best. But then you could also check out these awesome regional festivals as well.
Mhm. Okay, so somewhat like Germany does it, right?
Yeah,
Germany's fest takes a tour, starts in north. If they do it the same way when I was stationed there, it would start in northern Germany and then eventually tour it down to Munich. And
yeah,
um,
yeah. It could be like that.
so I wonder, like, if you're trying, like, in a sports analogy type of thing, so like a tournament sort of thing. Uh, Maybe you have you already have a beer kind of sanctioning body, if you will. So if that body would have to be the governing body for this whole thing to try to set up partners, if you will, for these other uh, bigger regionals, maybe get them under the umbrella, if you will, to accept a
Yeah,
partnership, and then you could eventually, if they could accept, well, like a March Madness is what you
yeah. To where you're doing regional play-ins,
hmm
and every hey, you won your conference, you get in, even if you were Cinderella school.
So quickly, how would you split up the country? How
I think
you're more tied into the beer world obviously than I am. So what is already out there do you think that we could tie in? Like, is there a New England beer fest that happens to be for that whole region?
I think it would have to turn into its own thing. But I think yeah, you'd have to have Northeast. I mean, yeah, break it down like your football or
Mhm.
baseball or let's see whichever sport breaks those up the best. Hockey's not a great example with some of their distance, but if you had your Northwest. California is hard because it is so big.
Big. Yep.
Um, but then you look at the Southwest and Mountain can almost run together a little bit. Um, but I think there's a really good Southern mid section as far as what comes out of Texas. Louisiana's got some good beer. Up into Kansas has some good beer. Nebraska's got some really great beer. And then you look over, you know, you you keep maybe Illinois over there with Nebraska and Iowa. And then you got what? Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, kind of keeping those over there. You got that Carolina type area with Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina,
Yeah.
doing those, and then maybe Florida, Georgia, Bama, doing a couple of those. It'd be tough, if we had 8 regions, like 8 states apiece.
It's interesting, that whole idea is interesting because I feel like once you started breaking down what the South would look like, um, that got me thinking of the very beginnings of me even starting my channel.
Yeah.
And even before starting Share a Beer itself, just starting my channel in general and just doing beer reviews in general,
Mhm.
and not hearing much coming out of states like Alabama, um,
They struggled for a long time.
I still currently don't hear much coming out of the deep south. We hear stuff coming out of Atlanta region.
Yeah, but Bama, Mississippi.
You still don't hear much buzz. It's funny because I have had
Arkansas.
beers from Idaho these days. I've had
Awesome beers in Idaho.
awesome. I've had beers out of Utah from the
Good beer.
Mormons. I mean, phenomenal stuff. We've talked about this on this show time after time after time after time. There is in most of our areas at least one brewery in our area that makes us not want to even buy beer from outside of our area because all of us have at least that one local brewery. At least the large majority of us in our greater areas that brews at least a couple of phenomenal beers that
Yeah,
will
I
keep.
don't buy aside from like Guinness. I don't buy much
Yeah,
outside of Colorado.
yeah.
We'll buy some Founders because you got to drop some all day, all the time. But what's your big one for you in Phoenix then?
Oh, it's absolutely Tombstone. It's
Yeah.
absolutely Wren House. Wren House is pumping out phenomenal stuff. I would have to agree
So
that
good.
right now for Wren House seems to be the premier brewer. Now, with that said, there's another one climbing up out of Fountain Hills. All of a sudden, I'm forgetting the name of them. But there's another brewery in Fountain Hills, which is kind of far northeast.
Yeah. Like
Phoenix.
Glendale area?
No. Like northeast Phoenix Metro, which would be south-ish of Scottsdale.
Oh, okay. Northeast, yeah.
Oh my God, what's their name? I'm forgetting their name, but the Fountain Hills, they're making some noise locally. Um, there's also an occasional brew that is coming out of some of the big ones, the more popular big ones locally that will brew that one or two beers a year. But if you're looking for your kind of staple beers, we've still got our big boys here. Santerre.
Bonehouse?
I'm sorry?
Bonehouse?
Bonehouse. Yes. Bonehouse, house spelled H-A-U.
Yeah. I'm looking
Um,
at it now, yeah.
Bonehouse is that brewery that is starting to make some noise. You're
Looks really cool.
starting to hear some whispers about Bonehouse Brewing. Yep. Phenomenal stuff. Now, with what you were saying earlier, Zach, when I moved here in 14, July of 14 to be specific, there wasn't a lot of beer scene happening here, man. There was a
No.
couple of big breweries, and that was it. And it wasn't like they were anything to write home about. They just brewed a lot of beer, right?
And I'll still crush me some kilt lifter though.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. Kilt lifter.
I'll still drink that shit. Yeah.
I mean, Kilt lifter, 60% of the sales for that brewery is Kilt lifter. That one beer, it's insane.
Yeah,
and they ended up selling what 50% to Budweiser at that point.
I believe it. Yeah.
So, but since then, you've got Wren House, which has become a bigger craft brewery in the area. In Bonehouse, you're starting to hear some buzz about Bonehouse. I like Tombstone going. Tombstone now is out of Tombstone, Arizona, but they do have another brewery here, brewery here in Phoenix.
Yeah, Northern Phoenix. Yeah.
Mhm. where we of course met up at.
I can't believe how much the shop grew.
Oh
The first,
yes, the
the
shop.
first time I ever went to the shop, it was like a bar
A
and
shack. Yeah.
you could sit outside and that was it. And now it's like, seemed like it's a complex.
I haven't been as recently as you have. I have to admit.
I went when I met up with you, but yeah, it was like, oh man, you guys have grown up.
Yeah. I
Could
delivered.
be.
What did I deliver? One of the last freight things that I have done was years ago, and it was to whatchamacallit over there in Tempe for sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. They
Yeah.
do good. That's a great little walk though. Like you can walk that to like Wren House to oh, there's another one right over there. Tempe's got a cool little scene.
Yeah. Tempe for sure. Absolutely.
Joe, it's funny that you mentioned Wren House as one of the best, and Nemo is confirming that. I remember when you were saying that Wren House was not one of the best a
Yeah,
few
no, they
years
were
ago.
not.
They must have really stepped up their game. Maybe it was when they stopped brewing that craft malt liquor is when their star rose.
That
They
was it.
yeah, they were brewing good beers.
Right.
Um,
You always said they were good, but nothing
yeah,
exceptional.
nothing exceptional. And in between opening their second and third spot, um, they they just kicked it up a notch. And of course, Pat is the one that brought them to mind for me. I think you even saw that live here on air. That Pat was insistent. He was like, "Nah, man, Tombstone's gone down a notch or two," and that really he was so insistent about that. And then me and Pat will text from time to time, back and forth off air here, but he was so insistent on it that it made me okay. Let me pay more attention to Wren House, and I have. You've seen me have their stuff now.
Yeah, yeah.
Their limited stuff is easily just a, but with that said, some of the other breweries here who are much, much, much lesser known will brew a beer or two here and there, that a seasonal here and there, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, what is this? Um, but lately, Bonehouse, Pat brought Bonehouse to my attention as well. I've been paying a lot more attention to Bonehouse. They've been making a lot more buzz. I follow them. Zach, now let me ask you, since you happen to be here, I was telling Bum earlier, um, it seems like for beer, for craft beer, as well as bottle shops, Instagram seems like the place to be. Like if you want to know what is being released, what is happening in your local area as far as the beer scene, it seems like Instagram is kind of the place to be.
That's where I'm at. I think it's I think it's the platform that relates the most to probably what many of us as ownership and brewing and media can relate to and figure out.
Mhm.
I cannot figure out TikTok. Um, I know I probably should, and that's definitely on my horizon
I,
because
I
we do need to figure out. This brings up so many different issues um, as far as where this new generation is, because the new generation's not they're not drinking. Um,
I tell you what though,
it's
though,
different.
Zach, TikTok, you got to be careful with it, man. Because
It's
TikTok
crazy.
is toxic.
It is. It's so good.
TikTok is. I've been on it now for about a year, and you know what, man?
Yeah.
It is toxic, bro.
Well, yeah, and it's like that's where the young folk are getting their views.
Yeah,
You know, I watch things on Instagram and it's like, well, yeah, I'm watching it 4 months after it came out. But Instagram, I think, for the beer drinking demographic, is where it's at. But even with that, you know, we've just had a talk, even just talking with our people as we've done some of our events. If you ever come to an event at Chain, we typically do big rounds of beer shots to end everything and cheers everybody and thank you for coming. But we've let people know, like, because Facebook and Instagram are, if you talk about alcohol, they're gonna, you know, lower your views. So it's really important, I think, to like. I fucking hate it so much. The like, share, and comment.
I tend to only do that when Mark is here because Mark.
Oh my god! But you have to.
Yeah.
If because right now they're saying on Facebook, if you're promoting alcohol, unless somebody's sharing it for you, you're not going to get a view.
Okay, well, Zach, I'm sorry. I had to crack open this beer. Ooh. This is another collab. This is between Tripping Animals and Zool. Another sour ale, which is conditioned with pineapple, mango, peach, coconut, and vanilla, my guy. Wrap your head around that. A sour ale conditioned with pineapple, mango, peach, coconut, and vanilla. And it's a collab beer. Whew. My God, 6%. Okay. Here it is, man. This is Tripping Goliath. Let me type this in here. I need to show this. This is
that the company out of Kansas?
Toppling Goliath? I don't remember. We've talked about them in the past.
I've had their beer. I can't remember where they're out of.
I don't remember.
Like,
let me see. As soon as
Kansas, I could be wrong.
So let me share the screen again. Let me do this again here because here we go. Here we go. Yeah, Tripping Animals. Let me click on them real quick so we can get that answer. Florida. Doral, Florida.
Where the fuck is that?
So
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm probably ruining all your monetization.
No, what monetization? Are you kidding me? What are you talking
I'm just going to have to go back and edit this.
Yeah, sure. So 1,177 total, 130 in the last 30 days. Again, Gremlin Mold, Tripping Animals Brewing Company, a collab with Zool. This is classified as a fruited sour, 6% ABV, 4.06 bottle cap rating.
Nice.
Sour ale conditioned with pineapple, mango, peach, coconut, and vanilla, made with our, what is this, amigos? Our amigos from Zool Brewing Company. I mean, this looks like freaking fruit juice, my guy.
Wow.
Look at that. This is quite the opposite of the last beer I just had.
Doral looks like it's a suburb of Miami.
Oh, wow. Southern Florida.
South Florida.
Look at this beer. I mean, this is, oh, here's a good look at the can, by the way. So that is a good look at the artwork, because mine's not going to show up because a lot of green and yellow in it, and my backdrop is gonna hide it. So that is a good look at that. So here is a look at mine. I mean, it is very
juicy,
very medium to heavily bodied. I wouldn't call it heavily bodied beer, but it is a medium, the definite solid medium bodied beer.
You got me excited.
Definite. So let me see. I need to get this beer selfie real quick, and then I can sample this son of a gun. I am definitely excited to try this. Oh, big vanilla right in the nose, right off the bat. Big vanilla. You get some pineapple, you get the mango, that peach, big vanilla, big coconut. Oh man, it just smells like fruit juice in a glass.
Mm.
I absolutely, and the heaviness, the weight in your glass will, yes. I freaking love when you brewers do this stuff, man. You can just make it, you can make it feel like it's healthy.
I love, I love getting excited about a beer.
Oh, oh, that is. Mm, okay. Now, mind you, how far are we into this show here, Bum? We're
We
what?
are past the 90-minute mark.
Yeah. So this beer has been now. This is room temperature. Okay.
Yeah, like an hour. 97 minutes.
So this is room temperature at this point. Okay, it's been sitting here on my desk.
Breaking the internet.
So, oh my god. So this is like peach juice meets pineapple meets some coconut and it's not freaking too sweet. It has a nice tartness to it. It dare I say a medium dryness. It's not too sweet. It finishes with God, it is so well balanced. Congrats to them, man. You get to collaborate. I would love to know some of the details of this collab. What 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 was the middle ground? Who gave what to what? And you know what I'm saying? Who was the primary on this? Sounds like it might have been Tripping Animals since they're the ones on the label. I feel like Zool might have had a little less of a role. How does that work in a collab? Can you add any of that to how many times have you possibly collabed in
We do a collab like once a month.
what
Um,
what goes it like what you know what I'm saying? So like on the can it says Tripping Animals. So if you're just buying it, if this is sitting on the shelf, you're thinking, oh, Tripping Animals, boom, I love Tripping Animals, I'm
yeah,
gonna buy it. And then you look on the back and you see that Zool was a collab. I'm taking that now. Me talking to you right now, I'm taking that as you know, Zool might have had a 20% role in it. They might have supplied a certain something, and so they put their name on it. Might have been a consulting thing. Who knows? I don't know.
yeah. It really depends. I mean, especially when you get into canning it, that's a whole nother beast. Collabs over state lines and
Yes.
is another thing, and then collabs over state lines while canning, that's a whole another thing.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there were uh, some things there, but like when we do it, we just do local, and it's fun. You come hang out. We all typically will get some lunch. We drink these things called hot Scotties, which are like just we like to enjoy the wort. We'll test the wort, and but we'll kind of work on the recipe together as far as like, oh, what do you want to do? Okay, what could we do to make it fun and unique? And you kind of put your styles together a little bit,
Mhm.
but it always typically has that like more dominating factor of whichever host it was at, but maybe a little bit of flair from who came to the host spot. Yeah, I would agree
Joe,
with
Joe, I got something for you here.
Okay.
Now, I anytime Zach is here, I will automatically yield the floor to Zach.
That's a bad idea.
Right.
No, it's a good idea. But as we also know, we normally do the malt liquor report at some point during the show. I'm not going to say stop the show, do the malt liquor report. However,
I gotta see if I have malt liquor.
No, don't even worry about that, Zach.
Why?
Okay, if you want to, go ahead.
I'm kidding.
I will say this: tonight's malt liquor report was not even going to include Jay Vega. However, if you want, Joe, we can do an abbreviated malt liquor report, which will only include Jay Vega, aka our newest Zool beer correspondent,
Oh,
with a newly uploaded video.
I like it. Yes. I like it. I like it. We might try it and then get to the full malt liquor report next week.
That's fine. We can you don't even have to hit the music, Joe. We'll bring in Billy D.
Yeah, okay. Let's bring
You
in.
guys want me to come back? What if I just keep coming back every week and you're just like, oh, we're just gonna let this fucking cripple talk. And
well, we call
Joe's gonna lose all this malt liquor until
you're known as Wheels on this show, of course. So
that's what a lot of people call me. Even the people in the haunted house.
Oh, do they really?
Every time I go to a haunted house, Meals on Wheels.
So, and just for formality's sake, we will open a malt liquor.
Yeah, I'll put the banner up just so that
I have not had this.
Just do it. We'll get that.
Was originally around about 7 or 8 years ago, Zach, from Founders.
I'm excited.
DKML, bourbon barrel aged malt liquor. I believe it's short for Dick Kicker malt liquor. You're not hip to this, Zach?
No, but I'm already in love.
Okay, well, if I end up meeting up with you in Pittsburgh, I will have one saved for you.
We'll chug one out of a paper bag on a street corner.
We can do that. So yeah, they last brewed it like in 27 or 18. I've had it on the show numerous times, but it was freshly brewed again in 2025. So we will open this and then we will get to the Jay Vega video. Let me do my ceremonial taste with my tasting notes.
Oh. Dude, I am pouring this. This is insane.
Woo.
This gremlin mode. I don't know what the hell the difference is between it and pouring orange juice.
You need to swirl it up. Make sure you get all that sediment from the bottom too.
Yeah, that's what I did. There is nothing left in the bottom of this can. Trust me. I mean, as a matter of fact, I don't know what you would call this stuff that is left on this. Can you see that? That is like it is fruit juice. Like when you drink juice, how it leaves that film. Can you see through that?
Well, what would Billy D call it?
Nice segue. Love it.
Billy D would call it the swill.
Yeah, that is. I tell you what, man, this is all these 4 beers that have either been originally released from Zool or a collab have been phenomenal. This is especially that PB&J mixtape. These are all very impressive. Wow. And I tell you what, I have heard about Tripping Animals. They've been making some noise too. I feel like it's my first one from Tripping Animals as well. Collabs are kind of cool because you feel like you can get a mix of both, right? So this is obviously my first one from Tripping Animals as well. Fantastic stuff, man. Miami's representing strong. When's the last time we heard anything coming out of South Florida? I mean, it was always northern Florida that would make some buzz, but not South Florida. We wouldn't hear anything out of South Florida. So pretty cool, man. This is fantastic. I love that Zach jumped in on this show.
Oh yeah,
I
certainly.
mean, and having been to Denver now a handful of times, I mean, it is not an exaggeration, man. I am not kidding. You will hear a beer conversation randomly while in Denver. You will hear some kind of random big game hunt and also beer. You will not hear that anywhere else. I don't give a damn where you go. You will not hear a random detailed beer conversation. I don't give a damn where you go. That's on a train? No.
So shall we wait for Zach to come back before we play the video?
Should we?
Yeah.
Here, you want to wait a few minutes?
Yeah, we'll wait. Okay.
Let me see here. Let me see.
Yeah, Zach is back.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
So Vega said he's going to Zool in July.
Oh.
So, and I know how Vega feels about meeting up with people, and I get that. I totally get that. I would never pull a Steel Worldwide and say, Vega, like that morning, Vega, I'm going to be at Zool Brewery. Show up. If you're not, you suck. If you don't show up.
Coach did that to me.
Here's Mookie, the Dodger fan. He wanted to be on camera real quick.
Boo.
There he is. He's got.
Sorry, I have to boo all Dodger fans, even if they're Dodgers.
He's got his Dodgers on. He wanted to be. You got anything to say, Mooks? Of course, he's named after Mookie Betts.
I thought he was named after Mookie Wilson from the Mets.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're killing me. I can't even say anything.
Oh, Zach.
Can't be mean to a dog.
You haven't been here in a while. Would you like to see all the championship rings? From
I don't know. Do you want to see the Rockies rooftop? We don't have a ring. We just have a rooftop.
There's all the championship rings.
I love that is within arm's reach.
Yeah.
Oh, Zach, that's like a
anyone
running joke on the show, how we'll mention stuff and how we all have things.
Yeah.
Also, I am so pissed off at the Pirates and every other Major League Baseball team of every city I've went to in the last 2 years. I have traveled, and one of my goals in life was to see all the stadiums. I've been to 15 cities in the last 18 months. Every city I've been to is when the damn team has been out of town. And I was so excited. I'm going to Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh Stadium, one of my bucket list stadiums.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
I want to see a game there.
It's one of the
best. I look it up for the weekend that they're thinking that I need to go. And it's the one weekend in April that the damn Pirates are traveling.
And which weekend is that, Zach? Because there is one weekend in April that I am going to be on vacation and away for the weekend.
The very last one, when the Pirates are in Milwaukee.
Oh, okay. Zach, I'm not going to be on vacation that week. I will be home, and let me check my calendar because we may have a case of the planets aligning here.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know exactly, I'll either come in on a Thursday and leave on a Sunday, or I'll come in on a Friday and leave on a Monday. But I look because I have been dreaming. What's the Pirate Stadium called?
PNC Park.
I've been dreaming to go there, and it's like because it looks like such a cool park.
Oh, it's one of the greatest parks.
And I looked it up, and I was like, I'm finally going to go.
Yeah.
And it's the one away game that the damn Pirates have, and I was like, you know what? The Pirates let everyone in their life down enough. Could they have not let me down this one time?
Of course. And I'm going to let you down even further. I will be home that weekend. However, it's not the weekend that Mark is going to be. Mark is not going to be in town until the following weekend. That would have been a cool meetup.
Yeah. Mark and I always enjoy beers together. I'll have to terrorize Pittsburgh on my own.
So
Okay, hold on a second here. I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. So come here and tell what your come here. Tell them what your reaction. Now this gremlin mode, triple, right? Tell them what your reaction is. Come here. You have to get close to the microphone, please.
Okay.
Oh, I've been here.
So this actually tastes like the Mexican juice.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
very thick. It is thick.
She doesn't like sours, folks.
Love it.
She doesn't
Awesome.
like sours. But
It's awesome.
that is so well done. It's just like
That is so cool. Love it.
you're hearing it first. She just sampled it right now. So I was like, no. You're gonna get on here. Okay, thank you, sweetheart.
I love that. That is so exciting.
You heard it right from the roommate. Like right from the roommate's mouth. I wanted you to hear her first reaction. I was like, she loves IPAs, the same as someone else we know. But I'm like, sours ain't what they used to be. A traditional sour, these are not traditional, folks. Okay, they're not. Just like Zach was reminiscent about earlier, about missing the traditional IPA, the piney, grassy, lip puckering IPAs that we used to have, the Simcoe hop, yes, right.
Lone Tree Double IPA. This one's always good. I just finished it.
I mean, look at that. Look how it leaves that fruit juice type resin on the glass, man. Look at that. There's nothing about this that you would think. There's even like, you know how when you fresh squeeze juice, how there'll be like stuff, like what do you call it? Pulp, like pulp.
Yeah.
Look, that
looks like OJ, like good old classic California orange juice.
I don't know. That's why I need more details on this beer. Because you know
gonna know after this.
Because it is. There's nothing about looking in that glass right there that you're like, you know what? He's drinking orange juice, or he's drinking mango juice, or he's drinking. It's
excited.
Oh. Bottle Logic. Bottle Logic is that brewery that gives you those kind of details. Absolutely, I am bananas about Bottle Logic. You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay for Bottle Logic beer, right? Are you familiar with Bottle Logic, Zach? Right?
Yep.
They've been around long enough. You're gonna pay roughly $25-$30 a bottle. I don't give a damn where you are. You're gonna pay, but the amount of information you're gonna get from Bottle Logic on their beers is phenomenal. I love it. I love the detail they give. I love knowing where where they got the barrels. I love knowing details on what kind of hops, how they used it, how they processed it. What I love knowing when in the mash certain things went. All these things matter to a fanatic like myself,
Mhm.
right? Someone who will crack open a bottle of beer and show you the cap, the underside of the cap. Like, here, look, man, this is what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Are
I'm
we talking about Mickey's again?
right. How did we get back on Mickey's, right? Yeah, exactly.
It's the king.
Thank you, folks. I appreciate you listening to my roommate here, I'm just and thank you to this has got to make Jay Vega feel so much better knowing that I am going on and on and on and on about this particular brewery because
I'm just glad I made it to the J Vega self-esteem boosting class.
right.
Like this is
Yeah, do we
really
want
good.
to play his video here with the newest Zool?
Yeah, no, we do.
I think we should just keep talking through it.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, maybe we do. Yeah,
This has been 15 minutes of build-up.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is I have not seen this, which is not unprecedented in Malt Liquor Report history, but yeah, this is as new to you guys as it is to me.
So full disclosure, I already drank 3 of these last night, and well, I forgot to make a fucking video. Sue me. But in honor of Zach Big Wheels being on the show, Bum, you better get this in this evening. We have Caribbean Sunset Swirl.
Yeah.
Some folks calls it Caribbean. Some folks calls it Caribbean. I calls it Caribbean. Passion fruit, mango, and passion fruit, mango, coconut cheesecake.
Wow.
Another one from Zool, the mighty, mighty fucking Zool.
You know, now he's gonna go really off.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to take a whole lot of time here, folks.
Yeah, he said this is an a cappella video just for the sake of you, Zach.
This is
with no
cinema.
music.
This is cinema gold.
Look at that.
Look at that
thing,
color.
that thing.
Is that like limeade?
Yeah, that's what I
Look at
was
that.
trying to describe that. Yeah, that's a good.
I told y'all I was not bullshitting. Like I said, had 3 of these last night. I can already tell you. Coconut, boom, right off the top. But you get the rest in the fucking mix. Shout out to fucking Zool. Shout out to the Sheraho show.
Sheraho.
Wow, we got a shout out, Bum.
Zach,
Yeah.
since you were last here, would you have ever in a million years conjured what you are watching now?
You know, Bum, this is a really weird fucking world right now, and anything can happen.
When you pay
Every day I wake up and I go, what the hell? What the hell? What's next?
Yeah.
Well,
And, you know,
there's your
honestly,
answer right there.
This is what was next today. And I'm just happy to see that this was what was next today.
It's happy to see there's some good things going on in this country.
There is. And it's beautiful color. I always knew he was going to turn out to be a nice young man when he grew up. And it just proves to the youth of America, when you drink in the back of a van, good things can happen to you too.
Right. Yes, exactly. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This video is getting Joe kicked off YouTube.
$4 for a 4-pack. A lot of times,
Wait, I need
I
to.
love it.
when you pay close to $30 for a 4-pack, a lot of times it's just for a label or a fucking name.
Yeah.
But when you pay almost $30 for a 4-pack from Zool, you're paying for fucking quality fucking ingredients. You're paying for fucking flavor. I can't express to you how much I admire and respect this fucking brewery. Fucking outstanding.
That was beautiful.
that almost make a tear come to your eye.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourselves.
I think he needs to rename himself Vega the Preacher.
Yeah.
Because that was some good.
He says in many of his videos, "Let me preach on this." So
that was some good gospel right there.
Yeah.
It's almost Sunday, right?
Yeah.
I'll go to that church. Oh no.
It's mind-boggling to me still after a couple of months. So Zach, I can only imagine how you feel witnessing what you just saw.
Yeah, I thought the colors were all right. I do wish I would have seen it. We got to get that beard through the tapestry, just to continue the blood of the bearded brother in there. But that was a very exciting moment in human history. You know, I think it could go down as something we see in textbooks of in dark times in America, we saw a change, and it was led by Jay Vega under his very interesting tapestried curtain.
And we already have beer histories written up until now, but 100 years from now,
this could be the Egyptians,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When they do the updated paperback edition of the history of beer.
When AI comes to look at what brought craft beer to the forefront,
right?
Joe's name will be, somewhere in there, and then Jay Vega will be clearly in there as well.
Right. So, but just to keep things grounded, I am drinking a malt liquor, even though it is.
How is it?
Zach, this is an interestingly complex brew. And that is why hopefully I will be able to give you one for you to consume in person. I cannot describe it to you except it tastes like what it is, a bourbon barrel aged malt liquor. If you can wrap your brain around that, which I understand if you cannot, you have to experience it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. That's the appropriate reaction. You're left speechless.
Why are we bourbon barrel aging? Like, shit goes to a plant, and then we redo it, and it becomes filtered water, and all that. Why do we need to age shit in a bourbon barrel?
Well, because people will pay for it.
So, is there a non-bourbon barrel aged version?
No, sir, there is not.
Well, who fucked up there? Like, that seems like somebody missed a step.
I think who screwed up there are the people who suggested such a thing. They're like, no, if we're going to sell malt liquor, we have to have it aged.
Do they make other malt liquors?
What's that?
Do they make other malt liquors?
As far as I know, no.
This is the strangest shit I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, welcome to malt liquor.
Malt liquor should just be like, I want to drink malt liquor on the street corner, but like that's why 10 High exists. Like, what happened to drinking 10 High and Old Crow and all the other whiskeys that come in plastic bottles? Like,
Hey,
Yeah.
Zach, if I do meet up with you,
yes,
I got something for you, and it's a pure malt liquor
yes.
from a defunct brewery. Stings like a bee from
That's a-
Idiom Brewing in Frederick,
that's
Maryland.
a cool label. Like, they at least they got the label right.
Right.
So is that just a straight up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's straight up old school.
Mostly corn.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Not even the good corn. Not even premium corn.
So,
And-
like, with the malt liquor stuff, is everybody still having the talk of like what grist the malt liquor, like what qualifies as malt liquor?
That's a good question. Not
Is
sure.
it ABV? Is it ingredient? like
not
grist?
not necessarily. I just think it just involves probably the cheapest brewing process with the cheapest ingredients.
So, like,
available.
I haven't checked on the reports in a couple of years, but Corona was the highest corn grist of the macros for years, and it was like 54% corn. And I'm guessing most malt liquors are corn, right?
Yes.
So I just want to know, like, how much corn is being used.
Zach, just that question alone is more thought than anybody in the history of malt liquor has ever put into malt liquor
See,
at all.
I
So-
broke the damn malt liquor report.
Right.
Yep.
Shit. Can't come back for a month again.
No, just that question alone is more thought than anybody in the history of malt liquor has ever put into malt liquor ever.
So, like, what's the most popular malt liquor? What's everybody drinking now? I know about like 040 and all that, or whatever it is.
Yeah, there's not that many left. I'm assuming it's just Mickey's and Old English
Yeah.
and Cold 45, but Cold 45 is getting tougher to
malt
find,
liquor.
and it does not say malt liquor on the label
Not
anymore.
malt liquor anymore.
Yeah. So it's really, as far as if you go by what it says on the label, down to
only a
Mickey's and
couple
OE.
Yeah. There's only a couple.
Interesting.
Yeah. Malt liquor's all but phased out, my guy.
Yeah, Hurricane has fallen by the wayside. King
This
Cobra.
is so interesting to me. So I just looked it up, and it says like Old English is typically 85 to 95% Maris Otter, which is a high end, like 2-row malt. It's not even corn. I have questions for the malt liquor community. It's hard to ask questions to nobody that has answers.
Yes. Again, any
Fuck.
question that you have moving forward is a question that has never been asked. By
Well, I would just like to say thank you, Billy D, and the malt liquor community for once again ruining my night's sleep.
Yes, Zach, you have put more thought into malt liquor than
Then malt liquor
anybody-
put into itself.
Right.
Thanks.
Anything I
Well-
can do to improve your life, Zach.
It's all good. It's super windy. Maybe I'll go outside, get hit right by a rock, not walk again. Oh shit! Can't do that.
Yeah, there you go, man. That's
Is there a commissioner anymore, or like those dudes still following all that?
Oh, yeah, Steel Worldwide is still, I guess, you know how these things go politically, Zach.
Clearly.
Yeah. So I guess theoretically Steel Worldwide is the chairman, of the MLDC, the malt liquor drinking community. However, as we have told you in your previous visits, we now have the Mexican lager drinking crew, of
Okay.
which Lone Wolf 420 is the chairman.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah,
Joe,
so-
are you like, is one party more your side or the other?
no,
no, I am apolitical. I'm
Oh,
I'm
Pretty
apolitical.
bipartisan on here.
I've been
I
drinking
have-
both.
I have tried to get into the newest malt liquor Mexican drinking community, but I have not been.
You've been rejected, Joe. Just
Yeah.
say the word rejected.
I have my application has not quite been accepted.
Your application got lost in the shuffle.
It got filed in the wrong spot.
Yeah, we received your application and we will get to it. And
Yeah,
yeah, it may have gotten misplaced.
it's not got to the right file.
Joe, I think your major mistake was when you tried submitting a Miller Lite as a Mexican lager.
Well, a lot of Mexicans drink Miller Lite,
And that is the reason why I think you may have received permanent ban.
yeah,
I mean,
a lot of Mexicans drink Miller Lite, so I felt like it's about as Mexican as any Mexican lager you'll see.
to ruin the malt liquor report even further, like, what is the best Miller? Like, what's your best Miller product? What are you drinking from Miller?
Miller Lite.
Oh, man, I love me some MGD or some High Life.
Yeah, I'll still drink the champagne.
But as a audiophile, which I know you are,
Mhm.
did you see High Life put out their own vinyl record?
No.
Oh,
Dude, you got to look it up. I think it was called Miller High Life Ballroom or Barroom Classics or something. There was only a couple of these vinyls released, like a couple hundred maybe, and in the vinyl was some High Life, and then it was all, I think, original recordings recorded in live in bars and then put on this vinyl.
mhm. I'm gonna have to search that one out. No, I did. I was,
As like, you're the only audio guy that I know that would probably geek out about that.
yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that. I'll put that in my Discogs for sure. Try to check that out. Yeah, on the want list there. We'll end this one today. Thank you, Zach, for jumping in here, man. It was definitely a highlight, my guy. We appreciate you
Oh, thank you guys.
so much.
Yeah, Zach, always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Yeah, perfect.
Excited we could catch up. Glad I caught the malt liquor report.
And I will be in touch with you about your Pittsburgh visit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully we can do it.
All right,
Yeah,
man. We'll see you guys next week, man. Peace out. Later on.